You're looking awful handsome today. I bet your big girthy hog's real sweaty.
I hate when I walk in on you just eating out Rachel Ray's sliced labia on your couch.
I remember when my buddy cut a hole in my sink so he could drink Lady P.
And then move it to the bedroom. I get ultra naked and flay my skin off before entering her. I've got a crazy idea. We do a podcast without recording it.
Isn't that what we were doing before we did the podcast?
You mean right now?
Yeah, essentially.
Moments ago?
Moments away.
Yeah, we're just excited about hypotheticals.
Hypothetical fake podcast.
Yeah, but that's what we're going to do. Folks, the podcast is ending. Next episode's the last one.
Next episode
Hate to break it to you.
We can't stress this anymore. It's not a joke. Attaboy. We can't stress this anymore. It's not a joke.
Two.
It's 11 a.m.
It's 11:09. It's crazy that it's perfectly okay to drink after 11. Before 11,
yeah.
Crazy. 11 and on, fine.
I mean,
6 a.m. gets weird again.
I would say, like, I don't know, when did Cole crack a beer at the cabin that one year?
Yeah, that's
8 a.m., 7 a.m.?
It was like 9:30, 10.
Something like that still. Well,
yeah, that's a special occasion, though.
yeah.
I mean, like, if I'm just at home, or even if you go to a bar that serves breakfast and it's like 10 a.m., but then it's a weird gray area because you can have mimosas and shit at breakfast and people don't bat an eye.
Right.
But if I pull out a 40 of Old English during some bacon and eggs, it's like a whole to do. Would you say that this is episode 176?
I would say
Would
this
you
is
say
a whole
that's the
to-do
second to
episode?
last episode? It's the biggest to do. We're trying to make it good because this is technically, as we've been privately talking about loudly, the last real episode.
The last real one, just because
next one's going to be us slowly stroking ourselves about how good we've done.
Yeah, it's going to be like a what do they call those? Retrospectives?
Yeah, it's going to be a radioactive, and we're going to gain
radio-
powers. I hope I don't fly. I might be the only person who doesn't want to fly.
Just
Yeah,
you
just
up in the air.
Freaking
You
out.
unable to.
Because I can't.
Because you can't control it. Yeah.
Put me down. Put me down.
You
And someone tries to
drop
shoot me,
very
and I'm
hard.
like, no, like that.
Videos. There's people taking videos of you. Your pants fall off while you're up in the air for some
My
reason.
blood's out.
Butt and everything. It's embarrassing. You're
everything.
flying.
Not my shins that I hit with a table.
Your
yesterday.
shins and your shins and the bottom of your dick. Everyone can see both.
Not the bottom.
Yeah.
The real dark part?
The dark part.
Oh, it's because it drags in
They
dirt.
can see the vein.
Because it drags in
They can
dirt.
see the crease in the middle of your balls.
Oh, and I'm two men put together.
Yeah, because we're all two men that are put together. Adam
Wait.
and Steve.
I hope I get to meet my other ball man.
Your other
one
daddy?
day. Can't believe you left that cabinet door open. It's really going to ruin the vibe.
I mean, I can go fix
Anyway,
it really
no,
quick.
we got to live in this moment. Go to www.thedapperdads.com, submit. Don't even fix it, you piece of shit. You don't know me. I live in chaos. Have you not met me? I like to freak out a little bit. I like things to make me uneasy.
Yeah.
You can't get too comfortable, folks.
So you're just going to fixate on the open cabinet the whole time?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep circling back to it. Like,
You are not the first person to complain about me leaving cabinets open.
I bet I'm not. I'm usually pretty sure that I'm not the first person to complain about a lot of things.
It's a habit I have worked really hard to get better at, but when you're alone for a long time, you just don't think about it.
But why? You just don't give a shit?
Yeah, I just
That's
don't think
crazy.
about it.
It's just like blatantly like,
because usually when I'm moving around the
what
kitchen
if my kid was running on your counter and hit his head
and was like
fell
5
back and-
feet tall. If your kid's 5 feet tall, they shouldn't be if my kid,
No,
if your
I
kid's
have a
up on the
little-
counter,
Yeah.
if your child's on that piece
That's
of
like
counter
2
running
feet.
back,
If
why
he's-
is your kid on 2 feet of counter in front of my coffee machine, my air fryer, and my microwave?
Because he's a kid. You have
He's
to
a
let
piece of
kids be
shit. Why can't he
kids.
be on the couch watching Netflix?
Because Daddy
Why didn't
has
you
an
bring his
eyelash that
iPad?
is freaking me out.
You pulled it out already.
No, it's not there. I found in the bathroom.
It's another
that
one. I get a wish this time.
You don't get a wish. God knows what you'd
Why
wish
can't
for.
you just plant your kid down in front of the TV like a normal parent? Why has he got to be on my 2 feet of counter running back
Sorry
and
that I
forth?
want my kid to take in the real world.
Well, maybe your kid could sit here
a little
and-
bit of the countertop.
Okay, yeah, my dirty ass countertop.
I love your
where he can
countertops,
Smack
and
his
I'm
head
like-
open.
Hey kid, I don't know his name. Get up there and get at it. You know what I mean?
That's how you talk to your kid.
If I've been drinking since 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I've been
That's
drinking,
of course how I
hey
talk about
kid,
it. Hey,
get up there,
get
get
at it.
at it. Hey kid, while you're up there, order a bunch of pizzas, like 10 pizzas.
Yeah, that would be. Oh, I hope my kid knows when I've been drinking enough for a pizza or Taco Bell run.
My kid knows enough to go get a big couple of party packs of tacos and bring them back.
Yeah, I'm so glad I had
You know
you.
Daddy's pin. Go get the tacos.
I lied when I said you were an accident. You're the greatest thing that's ever happened to Daddy.
As you're
Daddy
eating,
need
as you're
taco.
eating all the tacos that were supposed to be for them.
Kids can't have tacos.
How old is this kid?
I don't know. How old is a 2-foot kid? I really don't understand. That seems right
4?
to me. No. 4 couldn't. You can't go buy tacos at 4. 5, you're in school.
But I'm talking about 2 feet tall.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't understand how old kids are until they're like 12. I'd say from like 6 months to 12 is a gray area for me. Like I'll see a kid and someone will be like, how old is that kid? And I'll be like 6 and they'll be like, no. And I'm like, this is a weird
You're
game.
constantly just walking around. Everyone's in public. They're like, how old is that kid?
Yeah, I'm like, it's like carnival barkers.
Everybody
when
gets,
they're like,
yeah.
bet you can guess, I can guess your weight, and if I'm
A lot
wrong,
of
you get a
loud,
doll.
aggressive men just screaming at you about how old your kid is.
It's my kid or other people's kids.
Are you
I think I would
screaming at
know.
other people's kids, or are we just talking about random men screaming at random kids going, how old is that kid?
Random men are screaming at me about kids. Like I see a kid walking down the street, and then I turn over, and this man's in the car, and he goes, how old is that kid? And I'm like, I don't know, like 6. And he's like, wrong. And then he drives away, but he never tells me the answer.
I know, yeah, it's very
And it
frustrating.
eats away at
So
me.
I was like, hey, kid. Hey, kid. And then you eventually look because you think he's got to be talking to you. And then you're like, he's like, how old do you think that kid is?
6. I immediately answer, no question.
Wrong.
No.
Just drives away.
God, I wish I had a cigarette. Go to
I also wish I had a cigarette. Pulls back around.
/dapperdads.
Pulls back around. Goes, hey,
Just
kid.
throw it out there.
You want to see a dead body?
It's still to me?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Pulls
Would
back
you?
around. Go see dead body with this guy? No. He
That's
won't tell
a
me how
smart
old the kid
answer.
is.
Well, I think is it because
He's
you're in 2 different cars?
He's already hiding the truth.
Is it because you're in 2 different cars? When would you see the dead body?
Like, when would I say yes to it?
Yeah, like what does the scenario have to be? Like if you're at the bar.
If you...
Oh, do you want to see a dead body then? I thought you'd never ask. Back of the car.
Okay.
Crunched up.
Let's
hit
go
it,
check it out.
hit a drifter.
Yeah?
Pulled his ear off.
Oh?
Easy.
Very?
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Big secrets coming out on the last episode.
It's one of the easiest things I've ever done, to be honest with you. And one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done. You know?
I still think I
graduated in high school.
No, now
That
you
time I
now you
slam dunked a ball.
now you
Not a
have,
basketball.
Now you have to graduate to the next level where you
Slit their throat.
you have to rip the ear off of a live one.
Oh, I'm down. Down. If you're down,
Hand-to-hand
call
combat.
402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. The podcast is ending. Let me rip one of your ears off, idiot.
That's fair.
Asshole.
That's fair.
Um,
Dumb baby, you don't need both.
how would you kill a person? Have we talked about this?
No, I
Really?
don't think we have.
It feels like we would.
How would I kill someone?
Yeah. No repercussions. Nothing crazy. You can hate them if it makes it easier for you. What's your
Well,
go-to?
do I have to kill someone I love? Like, that doesn't help.
No, just I assume
Like a stranger.
But I'm saying you could hate if you think you would only be motivated to murder by hatred, you can add that into the mix.
Okay.
It's not a
How
big
would
deal
I kill
for
that
me.
person?
Yeah, if you get one, you only get one shot, like the Eminem song. How do you kill someone?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, and you're just looking at a table of different things that you can kill people with.
And I'm like,
know
I'm
if
looking at things I can kill people with, and I'm going to pick the mom spaghetti because it's mom spaghetti.
Oh, it's like 7 when he keeps feeding. Is that 7? Or is
Yeah, that
Saw?
was 7.
Yeah,
Because it's gluttony, because it's the 7 sins.
that movie is unbelievable.
That movie is so
I just
fucking good.
rewatched it.
It's so good. I need to rewatch
It's one of the
it.
best movies of all time.
I just rewatched the Midsummer's director's cut. I'm in a place.
Yeah, I know. You're just watching the same couple movies that you shouldn't be watching on repeat.
Yeah.
Folks, follow us on Twitter at dapperdats and tell Slim what you think could help him. Or email us at dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com. We won't read them.
If I was going to kill somebody, it would
Instagram at dapperdadspodcast, just because we don't.
pillow over the face with a knife. Call back to earlier.
Yeah, call back to a thing that wasn't recorded. That is a great one. That's in Inglourious Bastards, I think. And it's
Yeah.
also in something I just watched. It seems
It's also
great.
in the snuff film I just made. Watched.
Jerked off too. But you got to imagine if you finally are in the throes of pillow over the face, you pull out the knife, you go to stab the face to the pillow, and the knife breaks. Do you come back? Or do you just asphyxiate him with
You
the
just got to
pillow?
finish. What are you going to do? You leave them to just be like, oh, hey, this person just tried to murder me.
If I'm killing someone stabbed in the face through the pillow and the knife breaks, it's kind of like a big deal for me. I don't get the thing that
I get that. You got to, I guess I guess it depends on how bad you want that person particularly dead at that moment.
I probably don't care, like I said.
I think it also depends on how much you want them to squeal.
Let's put a pin in this. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Don't take any precautions about that. I just want to stab you to death instead of suffocating you with a pillow. That doesn't seem that fun.
You just run
downstairs.
downstairs.
What is this? One flew over the cuckoo's
You
nest?
just run downstairs, get a knife out of their kitchen. You come back, they're gone. You're like, God damn it, I told them to stay there.
Yeah, I'm assuming if the knife I brought doesn't work, a kitchen knife probably won't either. I don't know what kind of knife you need, but I'd love to.
You gotta get one of those like ninja blades. It's like made out of 1,000 melted pieces of steel.
I want something with a warranty, so if it goes bad, I can contact the company.
Yeah, get the ninja blade.
Like,
it's supposed to be like sharp for a lifetime or something like that.
I don't know how it'd kill someone. Probably something fun. Autoerotic asphyxiation on them.
Like forcing them to do it?
Yeah. Something,
but you're jerking
something
them off.
fun. Well, of course, I was going to do that even if I stabbed him in the face.
You got to put the lemon in your...
Imagine you like wake up, your eyes aren't fully open, but you're like, I think someone's tugging my dick. And then you open and it's me and I put a pillow over your face and stab you. Does that make it better or worse?
You got to put a lemon in your mouth if you're going to autoerotic asphyxiate, because that way if you start to black out and your jaw is going to clamp down, you bite into the lemon and the shock of the sour brings you back.
Well, I want them to die.
So
no
I
just
lemon?
keep a lemon in my mouth.
Yeah,
like
keep
a
lemon. Yeah, it's like a thing for you. You're like, oh, am I doing this
hey,
right?
Look at this. Yeah, and they're like, that's not how it works. It's not just biting into a whole lemon.
You bite into the lemon, and you're just like, whoa, I'm awake.
Sour. Yeah, I'm gonna be very awake for you.
Can you imagine your dying view is just watching the guy that made you autoerotic asphyxiate eating the lemon that's supposed to bring you back?
Yeah, but I feel like not a lot of people probably know that little lemon trick. You probably saved at least one life just now.
What if I did?
Someone is currently autoerotic asphyxiating themselves to the podcast.
Oh man!
And they're about to.
Can we just say we don't condone?
About to kick the chair.
Can we just say we don't condone autoerotic asphyxiation?
If you don't die, I think go for it.
I mean, it's a gamble.
Are you ever curious about it?
Like doing it?
Yeah, just like how it feels. I would do it.
Aren't
but
we all?
It's got to be exciting. It's like how I feel.
I mean,
about
apparently
heroin.
it's good enough to die over. So like,
yeah, it's like how I feel about heroin. Where you're like, I bet that feels fucking awesome.
Like it's got to feel so good.
Like there's a reason.
Like yeah, there's a reason people get. There's a reason it's the most addictive substance.
Do you remember that story I told you about that? It was not on the podcast and not on the Patreon. It was very crazy. You clearly don't remember, because if you did, you'd be like, holy shit, I remember that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it again later. Can't say it on the podcast. Really can't. Really fucked
can't.
up, terrible thing. Because I'm at that point in my day where I'm going to bring up really sad things, because Daddy's been drinking.
Daddy's sleepy because he pounded 2 beers.
Long pause for me to drink and you to yawn.
Yeah.
We're
getting old,
really
folks.
bringing the energy on that actual last episode.
Hey, you
And
know
by
what?
actual last
Everybody wants to
episode,
know why we're retiring. It's because Dad's been working at the steel
Sleep.
plant for 47 years.
Yeah,
and
it's been
time
closed for 12.
It's
so.
been time for him to. It's time for him to tuck it in. Get that a combination wristwatch pen gift package at the retirement party, and go home and do the word Scrabble and tend to his little indoor plants he has all day.
That's big for you. I know you've always wanted that retirement, that 401k,
That pension.
that pension. Those things we'll never have.
And things we're gonna have to work to death and still never have.
Yeah, people always try to tell me, "Hey, you're handsome." Does that ever happen to you?
Never.
See,
No one's ever told me I'm
driving down
handsome.
the street, and when people aren't asking me the age of a child, they're telling me I'm handsome.
Hey, kid.
Yeah,
Hey.
I hate that keeps happening.
Hey,
I'm a grown man.
hey, kid. You're pretty damn handsome.
I wish it was a lady.
Hey, mister. Big beach ball boobs. It's me as a lady.
Yeah, I was going to say clearly still a man.
Hey, mister. You're looking awful handsome today. I bet your big girthy hog's real sweaty.
Yeah. My ass crack is real sweaty.
Ooh, do tell.
Well, I think it's causing me severe issues.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I know what ladies
There's no way your ass crack is wetter than me right now.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I hate to. Let's not turn
Whoa,
this
this
into a
lady
pissing
turned into a
contest.
man.
Let's not turn this into a pissing contest.
Yeah, let's shake our dicks. This pissing contest is over. And I know you have a penis, ma'am. Ma'am, I know you do. I can see it from here.
It's just a big.
That's what you do is you
clit.
drive around with big fake boobs, shitty blonde wig, and you're hitting on men in that voice, but you are jerking
I am
off.
killing it. Though.
I walk
they
up
are
to the
like
car and
falling
I'm
in
like,
love
what are
with
you
me.
doing? Oh my god, is
There's
that
just
an average
men
man
running
penis?
after my car, and they're like, "Please,
You're like, help! I've become too powerful.
Slimette, please come back."
Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm out. I was in before. I would have fucked
Cinnamon with an S, please come back. I love you.
I mean, that implies she's sinful. Folks.
Nutmeg with 2 T's, please come back. I love you.
Nutmeg. Your government name was Meg, and then now you're Nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
And we know how it got there.
We all know the sad, tragic tale of Nutmeg.
Yeah, I nutted in her. Never
Trump,
called her
you've got to
again.
help me. Nutmeg's become too powerful.
I remember Nutmeg when I was a young man.
You can't even
Turn
get
me into a
close
man.
to me without nutting. It's like a big force field. You're like, and you're just coming the whole time.
They say you come twice, once inside of you, and then you become a man.
Oh,
Nutmeg, the origin story.
nobody talks about it
The
enough.
DC universe.
They say the first time you come,
HBO Max.
they say the first time you come, you actually come twice. Once in the real world and once in the spirit world, where you become a man.
Mm-hmm. I remember my spirit come. It was big.
I
One
remember
of the
my
biggest.
spirit come and opened up like a large flowing pathway that was filled with beautiful flowing rivers that had freshwater fish and dolphins and little critters that like to scample along and look for all the little bits of food that exist all over the neat little place that
And you
exists.
took the other path.
Yeah, I'm here
Dark,
doing this
dingy
stupid fucking
alleyway.
podcast.
Barely.
Barely, almost done,
I'll
baby.
drink to
I
that.
get to go back to the good place.
I don't think you're allowed. No. You've done
Oh,
too
that's
much.
been out too long.
Yeah. You,
It's like a 25-year cap or something like that.
yeah, no cap.
All cap,
A lot of cap.
huge cap.
You can't go back there.
Cap
you could
so
never
big-
nut that hard again. to
Cap so
open
big
up
the
that door.
world has cap on it.
You can't nut that spiritual awakening again.
Cap so big your big fat mama has a cap.
Whoa, dude, chill. I know the podcast is ending, but
I
my
start
mother
getting,
is a saint.
start getting
a
real
big
honest.
fat saint.
A big fat one.
Am I
Am I
right?
right, baby?
Woo! We're here with the jokes, folks. It feels terrible.
It feels
Feels
bad.
terrible.
Feels real bad.
I feel great. I don't have to puke or shit. I could shit a little
You
bit.
said you had to both puke and shit. Did
Then
you
I
go
started
puke and
drinking.
shit?
No, I started drinking.
Oh,
I
bit
told
of
you I
hair
don't
of the dog
shit.
that bit you. That's what it's turning
A
into.
bit of the hair of the dog that fucked me in
Bit
the
of hair
mouth.
of the dog that humped my leg and got a weird stain on the pants that I have to wear to work.
Mm-hmm. But you shouldn't have been playing with those dogs right before work every day.
It's not okay.
You're like, I
really-
gotta wake up. I gotta shower. Eat
I gotta
breakfast. Get in the car. Play with the
I
dogs.
wake
in the field
up,
for
I take a
45
shit.
minutes.
I wake up, I take a shit, I check my phone, I take a shower, I come downstairs, I eat breakfast, I brush my teeth afterwards. It's awful. Then I go back, then I go outside. I take 49 minutes exactly to play with the 15 basset hounds that I'm raising, and then I go to work.
I'm
They're
fine.
all very horny dogs this time of year.
I'm fine with everybody's routine. Everybody processes things different and gets ready for their day. But the fact that you're going to keep calling these 15 young hot twinks basset hounds
Whoa.
is insane. Because if
Listen,
anything, basset hounds would be old men. Old, dirty men.
They are in the leather dog costume, so I can call them whatever I want.
Yeah, but you only had so much leather. So there's like 6 leather, some pleather, and then just
A
like
couple that are made out of big brown
trash
leaf bags.
Yeah, it's...
Trash bags
It's
that I got
bizarre.
from outside on trash day. Like I just dumped everybody's trash out and took the trash bags and just rinsed them off with a garden hose.
And one of the biggest problems is they're clearly not as into it as you are.
Right,
That's
like,
a problem
they're
with
really, like-
sexual kinks is everybody's got to give it their all. And they are very sick of your shit.
I mean, they've been doing it for 6 weeks. They miss their families. They want to
Yeah,
go home.
they're not puppies anymore.
They're really tired
They're
of
full-grown
eating.
dogs. They all
They're
have
really
very big
tired of
ears.
eating kit
That's
and
the only-
caboodle.
That's the only basset hound correlation is they have big floppy ears.
I told
and
them
they
I was-
hunt ducks.
I told them I was going to get them some different food, and I just got a big bag of Old Roy from Sam's Club, and they weren't happy
no,
about
you're
that
doing
at
the
all.
dollar store thing.
Oh,
That
yeah.
dog food where you're like, no one.
Where it's like
No one should do
Where it's
this.
like processed dog grain meal.
Yeah, it's like cat.
What's
and
dog grain?
cat and raboodle, and you're like, what is this? It's not even a word.
It's Purnell dog food. And
Yeah.
you're like,
The ingredients are chopped up dogs, and you're like, I'm pretty sure this is how we got Mad Cow.
It's Rachel Bay's and all natural animal feed.
Are you talking about Rachel Ray's?
No, Rachel Bay's. Rachel
Oh.
Bay's all natural animal feed.
Rachel
at
Ray
the
has
dollar
a
store.
dog food with a stupid name. I don't remember what it is, but it's like
I feed my cat Rachel Ray.
the woman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rachel,
How does it? Did you
Rachel
try
Ray
it?
is
Did
a
you try a
saint.
little taste?
Rachel Ray is a saint. She every 2 weeks she sends me a big box in the mail that has those big freezer packs in it that are scary because they have the dry ice in it.
Yeah.
And she has sliced pieces of Rachel Ray in the box for me to feed to my cat.
Do you know what pieces, or it's just kind of whatever?
I think I saw a leg piece
Okay.
one time because I thought it was like the wrinkle bit of a kneecap,
Okay.
but it was very thin slice.
When you say leg, I hate that it's kneecap.
but it's like a thin slice that's like laid out so you can kind of picture it.
Right.
Thought I saw labia lip in one.
That's what I was hoping
Wasn't
for.
happy about it.
Did you take a taste?
Gave it to the cat.
Did you take a taste?
Cat wouldn't eat it.
Did you take a taste?
I took a lick.
Just one lick.
You know, it's like when you open up the cat food and you're like, this doesn't smell half bad.
Yeah. Like a
Lick a
dog
little
biscuit.
bit of the gelatin gravy off the top. You know, like that
That
bone,
might be the worst thing we've
that
ever
bone
said.
marrow jelly gravy. You're just like,
Yeah. And you're like, oh, we're going to have to mix this
And you're
up.
like,
and then
this
that's
is-
always what's left on the
you
plate.
know what? This is
I don't want to have to edit your tongue noises.
This is
so-
far too salty for my cat to be eating, I think. Oh, yeah. You know what?
I hate when I walk in on you just eating out Rachel Ray's sliced labia on your
This is-
couch.
What did she season this with? A Tuscan garlic and herb?
Yeah. You pull it up on
This is-
YouTube. It's her cutting off her own vagina parts and seasoning them.
With
I'd assume a
Tuscan herbs and
marinade
spices.
at least 12 to 24 hours in the
I'm
fridge.
thinking overnight, like in
For
a
sure.
Ziploc bag, you know, where you take it and really just
Yeah.
squish everything around to get the marinade
I
all
love
over
when
it.
she takes it out and pounds it.
I love when she
Because
just
I'd
takes...
love to take it out.
I
and
love
pound it,
when
if you
it's
know what I
been in there
mean.
overnight and she takes it out of the bag and just takes that big old meat hammer off the
Yeah,
counter
the
and
little
just
spiky hammer.
pounds it right on
What
the
about hitting
counter.
someone in the face with that? What do you think?
I'd go
Agree or
for side
disagree?
of the head. I'd go for a temple.
I want
if
to
was
see
do
it.
that. That's what I'm saying. If
forehead.
you do a temple, I feel like you could cave in like this whole eye cavity right
Yeah,
here.
I want to see like the indents. I feel like the indents could be fun. I'm going.
What about
straight
taking
forehead.
a knife and going like right through somebody's like?
Oh, I was
mouth
looking
right
at
there?
some photographs reminiscent of that this morning. Not like real, I don't think. Just trying to pinpoint. You ever find weird like art and you're like, where did this come from? And then you're in the deepest dive you could ever be, and then you're like, oh, I got to go take a shit. I'm supposed to be at Slim's house in 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, totally, all the time.
You know what I mean? Because you're always like, I got to be at Slim's house.
I'm like, I gotta be at Slim's.
you start
house.
talking in the third person might be the thing that finally drives me to end this friendship.
I like how
It's
you're always
just
talking
terrible
about things that it would take to end our friendship, and they're things that aren't that
When
far
you're the
away.
finger.
Yeah, what's up with that, bro?
Nothing personal. It's just business.
I'm really just trying to get some shit out for the last
Are you
episode of
saying
the podcast.
You're not far away from speaking in the third person?
I'm saying that it doesn't seem to take a lot for you to want to end our friendship because you're always like, oh, if you did this friendship.
No,
is
those
over.
are. I'm just trying to emphasize how like those are some of my biggest bugaboos. I'd have to say.
I just
Talking
can't
in
imagine-
the third person.
That is nuts.
insane.
What would you do if like someone you
Trauma's
really
thirsty.
Oh, what would you do if somebody you really like respected started doing it though? Like, what if Matt started doing it when we can all go back out again?
I think you got to pop an intervention. Just a
3
quick one.
interventions at once.
I mean, it depends what we're dealing
We're
with.
both intervening him.
I assume when we're allowed to do things together again, we'll all need to be intervened on something that we've picked up in this 45-month span.
Yeah,
It's a little fun joke about how long it's going to be, folks.
yeah, we know.
Do you have apocalypse culture?
Yeah,
Is that good?
yeah.
I want to read that.
Want to borrow it?
Probably. I just found that book and I
It's
was
very
like, looking
good.
into it. The
It was given to me as a gift from an online pen pal years ago.
wow, that seems sketchy. Isn't there a part about a morgue worker that has sex with the body?
Yes.
Is it nice? Like, is it crazy? Not nice.
Yes.
Probably is the wrong
Yeah,
word.
nice is not.
That's
the
how
right
I
word.
found it. I read like an excerpt of that article and I was like, I want to read more of this.
It's fucked up. It's
Yeah.
a very fucked up book.
Wow. Yeah. I would love to borrow that because I was like, it's one of those where you're like, do I buy this? I feel like I'd rather not buy this because I don't know if I'm going to love this. Because one of the reviews was like, rereading it in 2020, it's kind of a little bit much. And I was like, I hate reviews because I'm like, I think I like a little bit much. It's all very subjective.
Yeah, I don't know how much I would be about reading it right now, but if you want to, go right ahead.
Oh, yeah, nothing
Oh,
else.
especially as we're going into the winter months when you get real isolated because there's nothing to do.
Oh, yeah. I'm planning on doing a hard January. I'm going to not drink. I'm not going to smoke. I think I might be done smoking cigarettes, which fucking
Wow.
sucks.
Why do you
So
think you're
much.
done with cigarettes?
I wanted to be done 2021, but my problem, and we were talking about it over at www.patreon.com/dapperdads, is I want one for the road, always, and this year is shit. I don't think I got like the cigarettes I want to smoke,
Right.
like a post-show cigarette. like a real hammered at the bar,
Like
outside the bar
driving
meeting
around
random
at 2 a.m.
people.
singing sad songs,
Yeah,
cigarette.
like those. I didn't get any of those. So I'm like, do I really? But I feel like if I don't stop, I never will.
Yeah.
And they fucking suck now. They're giving me insane anxiety. They're making me freak out and shit. Like, they're just not good. Unless I've been drinking. Then they're good. But otherwise, like,
But that's
they
not
give me
good.
really, really bad thoughts.
That's
now.
not good where you're like, I gotta be drunk to enjoy this.
Yeah, but that's the ones
It's
I
not
always,
your ex-wife, it's cigarettes.
That's the ones I always like, though. That's probably like 60% of the reason I do smoke is because I've been drinking. And I could fully like stop it except for drinking. That's what I feel like is going to be a hurdle.
I can agree with that.
But yeah, it feels like really give it up after like I don't feel like I got a proper farewell to it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to have like a lackluster goodbye to something like that.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. And I feel like
Maybe you could just put it down for a while and then come back.
Well, I've always said I don't think I'll never smoke a cigarette again. I'd like to leave that window open, cabin or something.
Yeah.
Have a couple cigarettes, or maybe one weekend I have a pack of cigarettes and put it down. And I feel like I can do that, especially if I like actually take a bigger break. Because I've done it before. But yeah, I never see the day where like if I'm really drinking and someone has a cigarette, like I won't grab one here or there.
Right.
But then just being able to like leave it like a special treat. I just don't like giving up things forever. It sucks.
Forever is so like giving something up forever is so like final.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
feels like, and they even say it adds more pressure.
Cigarettes has been there for you.
Yeah, and I mean like I think
You're just gonna give them up cold turkey like that.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna do it in January, and I'd love to just continue. But that's the thing with not drinking in January too. Then I'm like, I don't know how
drink
it feels.
or smoke in January.
Yeah, the drinking is just getting ridiculous. I hate when you're like, I think I'm doing something too much, and there's just a blatant thing
There's just
right there
evidence
that other
everywhere.
people could be like, yes, I think you might be. I tweeted it, but I popped a travel mug of Jameson and ginger last night and went and looked at Christmas decorations. That's peak dad.
Yeah.
Like, I felt incredible, and it was a great time. I think it's why I felt like absolute shit this morning.
Yeah,
because I got home at 9 and I was like, you know what I mean, pretty dickered
after a big thermos of ginger
like
and
that
JMO.
big.
Yeah,
Ginger ale, not ginger. That shit sucks.
just Jameson poured over ginger root sliced up in a jar.
Yeah, because it's healthy.
Allegedly.
And I went big because it was one of those times where there was only going to be like that much Jameson left.
So
you're
you
like,
just went ahead and just
I'll
poured
finish
the
it
rest
off.
of it.
And then I took a sip and I was like, and then I tried to put more ginger ale in there, but then it was too much to close the lid. And I was spilling it for like 5 minutes all over myself.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying the
just
Christmas
taking a big
lights.
swig off the top.
But like drinking alcohol out of a big travel mug or even a small travel mug is like one of the biggest dad activities.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think it's talked about enough.
Having like a big Bubba cup full of liquor.
Yeah, I mean that's a little crazy.
Well,
but yeah, mine's
if
like
it's
a
an
big
all-day thing.
coffee thing. I mean, yeah, but it's never all day because you get to drink them. Like I was really putting it down too. That's the thing because it's in this fun mug. You can't see.
See, what you got to do is you got to put a lot of ice in it.
I put 5 ice cubes in. Left 1 in the tray like a piece of shit.
Wow, why would you do that to yourself and everyone that you love?
My household does not use ice.
It runs on
in
chaos.
Alcoholic drinks.
I use ice so much that I have an ice maker on the counter.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't use ice for shit.
I need my drinks to be ice cold, literally.
I don't like it.
Oh, I need it.
I only do it with mixed drinks, and I think probably because, well, usually it's because one of the liquor is not cold. I hate ice. Ice always feels dirty to me.
I mean,
stinky. I think I grew up in a household with stinky ice, and I've never recovered.
I think that ice. See, I always get ice from a bag. Like I go to the gas station and get a bag of ice.
That I love.
Because that's good ice.
Yeah.
Like this delicious ice. That's the type of ice this thing makes. It makes the little cubes, like the little bullets, and they're wonderful. They're just pure little delicious things.
I saw an ice tray at Target to make that little tiny ice, little crushed ice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I fucking need this in my life.
But you got to make sure you got to pour like jugs of water into it. You can't use like tap water because that's where you get the stinky ice from. A, tap water, and B, stinky freezers. C, dirty hands putting the ice in there.
It's a little bit of everything. I don't think it's
This
anything
is me
except
secretly
like
trying to get you to wash your hands.
it's not gonna happen, bud.
It's gonna happen.
You think you can make me do it? If
gonna
this year
happen.
didn't do it, you think you can make me do it? My problem is that the ice is in there for months because no one uses ice.
That's probably
That's
why
what
it
it
gets
is.
stinky. Yeah, it's just the freon.
But then I'm never like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy some ice this evening.
See,
You know
that's
what I
crazy
mean?
to me. If I don't have ice for a day, I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
It literally never comes up. We have 2 ice trays. One has a cover on it, so I try to use that one because it makes me feel like it can't get as stinky.
I have that ice tray that's on top of the fridge that
noticed that.
doesn't get used.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's got the little silicone bottom, so you can just
I
pop
noticed
them
that.
out.
There's plenty to look at over here. Your fucking open cabinet, your fucking unused ice tray. Your life is chaos.
Just because of
I could
those
say.
2 things.
That's Otherwise, I think you're doing great, but those
Thank
2
you.
things really like ruin everything. To be completely honest with you, it totally negates any good thing you have going on.
So if I had the cabinet closed and I had the ice tray gone, everything would be perfect.
no, because we have the knowledge that you did it now, so it can never
I
be
see.
okay.
The horrible, painful.
You can never be
knowledge.
good.
This is it's going to be like when the show finally ends and people.
The show's ending.
Allegedly, that's what I hear.
I'm not prepared for that. What will I do with all my comedic skills?
I have absolutely
Talk to myself in the mirror. What are you planning on doing?
me
Yeah.
going insane.
Okay. Cool.
I
was thinking about the
plan
same
on
thing.
sitting here at the house, probably right over there, and just having like a
Imagine
nice.
how I feel. I'm stopping the podcast, drinking, and smoking.
I was gonna say
I might have a
you-
mental breakdown.
I think
I'm
What are
actually
you gonna
thinking
do
about it.
for a vice? You're gonna have to eat.
No, I'm trying to eat
Chili dogs
healthier,
are gonna
too,
come back.
because I really cram it in at the end of the year. I am on a cookie bender that I cannot explain in words. I'm not even kidding with
Because
you.
you're drinking at 10 a.m. and then your body wants cookies.
No, it's when I'm not. When I'm drinking, I want nothing. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
that's
no
right. You're a
interest
weird
in
monster.
Food, maybe for the rest of the day. I might just chase this dragon all day. Ew. We'll figure it out. But yeah, some of my family decided to do a cookie exchange. So everybody bakes cookies and takes them to each other's house. There's like 4 families involved in this. First set of cookies, 2 different cookies, maybe 20 cookies tops. No big deal. Second thing of cookies is a giant box with, I'd say, 75 cookies in it.
Wow.
Every different cookie that you've ever experienced. Just trays and trays and trays and trays of different. I don't even know what some of these cookies are. A lot of them scare me, if we're being honest.
I don't like things like that. Where
We
I
got
get a nice-
meringues. We got snickerdoodles, which is one of the most underrated cookies of all time.
Amen to that.
When I was 17, I ate so many snickerdoodles I vomited. And I thought I was going to do it again, but it turns out I'm just a stronger man.
I ate so
can
many
eat more.
ginger snaps one time. It gave me heartburn.
And then there's cookies that are deceiving. I thought it was a sugar cookie. There's some sort of nut in it, and I hate it.
Like a macadamia.
It drives me crazy. You can bite into a cookie, and
it can
be
lie to you.
completely different.
Like a cookie can be a lie. Can
I've
you
had
imagine
so
that?
many raisin cookies that I thought were
Oh.
chocolate chips, and it makes me want to kill someone.
See, I like oatmeal raisin cookies though, but only the soft
Not
ones.
when you think they're chocolate chip.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of chocolate chip though.
I like chocolate chip.
I also don't like apple pie.
Yeah, you've brought that up, and it drives me crazy.
I'm just.
But
not
I
a
understand it because I didn't like it until like 4 years ago. Now I absolutely love it.
I think if I had a good example of an apple pie,
The wrong thing.
because I'm very picky about pie crust too. I'm an old man.
I had this. Yeah, I was introduced to a pie that a group of people wouldn't shut the fuck up about. So I was like, I guess I got to try the goddamn pie. There's no way it's this good. And I was like, this
Pretty damn good.
is worth making a big deal about. But there was a penis hole in it.
Oh,
Agree or disagree?
I wasn't there.
I'm just asking a simple question.
Agree.
How old is the kid?
I think you did it.
Fuck.
Hey kid. Hey kid.
I don't
Is this
think
your dick hole in this pie?
And the kid just takes off running. Could you imagine if you fucked a pie and then a man pulled up next to you in a car
With the pie?
With the pie.
And
he's
and
been
asked
clearly
you if you
licking the
fucked.
hole.
Yeah, he's clearly been eating around the hole.
Hey kid, did you fuck this pie?
Hey kid, did you fuck this pie? Because
Who is this man? Is this just one man that does
yeah,
all
it's
of
just
this?
one guy that's following
Guy's
you
a
around.
nuisance.
Guy's he's obsessed with you, it would seem.
Me? What about the kid?
You're the kid.
Oh, the kid is young me?
Yeah, no, the kid is just you.
Oh.
I don't know how old you are in this. You can be as old
I thought
as
there
you
was
want.
another kid walking
This can be
down
on the way here.
street.
I don't give a rat's ass.
No, on the way here, a man cut me off
Oh.
really aggressively. And then I watched
Should've
him
threw
turn
your
into
Starbucks
his
drink at him.
house. This was post Starbucks.
That's a bad move.
I watched
Cut
it-
someone off and then turn into your house.
I was telling someone this recently. I remember every person that's done that to me, if I get to see where their house is, like the way I drive around my neighborhood, there's 3 houses of people that I feel like have done improper traffic maneuvers to me, and I remember where they live probably till I die. That's
Sad.
crazy. Like if I snap,
Hope you're not listening to the show, whoever you
if I
might be.
snap, yeah, now I know the yellow house.
Oh,
on,
boy.
on my way here or
You just
home.
start listing off addresses with numbers. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, I would, but it would
Last
give away.
real episode's
give
getting
away
too
too much
real
for me.
quick. This is when we got to do all the callbacks. Real government addresses. Wait. Big witch pussies. 2 pussies kissing. I remember all the big hot ones.
We should write these down.
We should write
Because
these
I don't
down.
remember. I was thinking the other day, like, oh, I'd love on the very last episode to just recap the references, and then I had like 6.
I've got the free time. Why don't I just go ahead and sift through the whole show for the next week?
Yeah.
And I will.
You could put a solid dent in it.
I bet.
Probably skip around. I'd say
I
one
would say
a month.
I bet I could sit there for the next week and I could do 15-second skips through every
That
episode.
seems like that would really break your brain. But please do.
I
I'd
got
love for the
nothing.
last episode you to be a former shell of yourself.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't love to see me defeated on the last episode?
Yeah, because I would really like to recap like my favorite moments, but I think I only have 3 just because I don't remember. And then I'll listen to one for some reason, and I'll be like, oh my God, this might be my favorite episode. There's just been too much ground has been covered. And we'll talk all about that next week.
Next week's on the final episode of the Dapper Dads.
Wait, what?
The Death of the Dapper Dads, Part
Wait,
1.
what? We're going to die?
Death of the Dapper
I
Dads.
hope I don't get stabbed in the face with a pillow. I
Dapper-
hope I
da-
get autoerotic asphyxiated.
Death of the
I'm
Dapper
kidding.
Dads with a autoerotic asphyxiation pillow, Part 1. Sequence 1, implying that so many more are going to be released, and then they never do.
Well, maybe in 40 years.
Maybe.
Nothing's
In
final.
40 years, Sequence 2 finally comes out, and it is bad.
Yeah.
It's just us being very old, being like, so how are your stock options doing?
Or
This,
we're like, so what's happened in the last 40 years? And it's not really
like
that much.
really nothing
You're like,
much.
well, we went to like that Brockhampton reunion tour in 2032, and
It was really
that was
bad.
sad.
Everybody was a big
Surreal.
fat predator.
I hate a big fat predator. We got to get him out of here.
There was just
Keep the women safe.
18
There's
big fat predators up on
Yeah.
stage.
This is
And
the
then
Predator
audience
remake.
was also,
Am I right?
And then the audience was also filled
Yeah.
with big fat predators.
we were very-
But like the aliens.
Yeah, we were very violently sexually assaulted in the
By a
crowd.
bunch of predators.
Yeah, they brought us up on stage and fingered our butts.
They did. They brought a mirror back just to
Allegedly.
finger my ass.
He was the best one.
He was the only one that
He was
wasn't
like,
really
guys,
a
I don't
predator.
think we should do this.
He was like, guys, I need your permission if I'm going to finger your buttholes.
That song slaps. Kevin Abstract was just trying to fuck minors.
Yeah,
which is a real thing. Did
Yeah,
you
it
know
is a
that?
real thing. That's
So
why.
it's crazy.
Haven't
Crazy
you
to-
noticed how these guys have been real quiet for the last year?
Yeah, I mean, it's a year to be quiet.
I mean,
It's a year to sexually assault people.
I guess.
Whoa.
If you're in only if you're in
Whoa.
Brockhampton. Only if you're in Brockhampton.
We're all kind of in Brockhampton.
We could be in Brockhampton. That's the issue.
I was briefly, but
The Dapper
I
Dads
left
are
over
ending, so we
fart
could be in-
allegations.
I was also
Big
in
stinky fart.
I was in Brockhampton briefly, but I left over accusations that I had pepperoni nipples and I spent too much time in the shower.
Yeah. And I
Then I was on a couple different spots on Kevin's solo album.
yeah,
but the
'cause
one
he's
he
still,
hasn't
like,
put out?
kind of friends with you. I think he has a hard time detaching from such a pepperoni nipple situation.
Yeah, he's like he was in love with licking
because
my
who's to
pepperoni
say
nipples.
the nipples are pepperoni?
It's all pepperonis and cream.
And the-
if you
and the shower allegation is very subjective.
I mean, I don't
spent
think I
quite a
was in
long
there for
time in the
that
shower.
long. I mean,
I think
I
3 hours is excessive.
if I'm shaving
personally.
all my body hair off, I think I'm allowed to be in the shower for a bit longer than if I was just
I think it
scrubbing
was
up.
that you used a week's supply of hot water.
I
The
think-
hot water bill was excessive.
I
Which
think I
people
paid
might
it.
say, "How
I
is there
paid
a hot
it.
water bill?" It's just water bill, but when
I
you live in
paid
the
it.
type of luxury condo we were in, they charge you for the hot water.
I paid
Landlords should die. Am I right?
Am I right? Landlords are
gained
like, we're not getting
40,000 fans.
The landlords are like, we're not getting any unemployment, and it's like, oh, go cry me a fucking river, big baby.
Yeah, big baby, turn my hot water on.
Big baby made a bad investment scumbag.
Big baby man investment. Come get in the shower with me.
Please,
That's how. Yeah,
please tell
I
me
hate
why
people
you
complaining
want
about
me.
their landlords. You signed up for it. Maybe offer your landlord to shower with you.
Yeah,
and everything
bro,
will be
my
fine.
landlord is
Maybe
always.
the rent will disappear. If
My
you
landlord is
soap
always
up your
coming in
boobs
when
and
I'm trying to
press them against
shower.
the shower door, but you don't have a shower door. You have a curtain, and no one likes to touch the shower curtain.
My
That's
landlord is always
gross.
coming in when I'm taking a shower, and she just hops in the shower with me, and she doesn't have the type of body I want hopping in the shower with
And
me.
she doesn't even acknowledge that you're in the shower.
She just shoves me to the side and
She
starts
doesn't
taking
even
all the
shove you.
hot
She
water.
just showers like you're not there. She's
Yeah.
reaching for soap, and it's your throat, and she squeezes it into her hair. You barf a little baby bird into her hair.
Barf
Not
a
a little baby bird,
it's
but
a
like
little
a...
erotic and a really kind of. I'm trying to ignore how turned on I am by just barfing up a little baby
It's
bird. in her
verbose,
hair.
I would say, mainly because I don't know what that word means.
It's very it's mob scene,
Yeah.
if I can say that.
It's a tad bit antiquated, but they're coming like gangbusters.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard that?
No,
Really?
it's a tad bit antiquated, but they're coming like gangbusters.
Not the whole thing. I just said two crazy things, but coming like gangbusters.
Never heard that.
That's like a real old man expression. I don't know what it means.
Bussin' on my friends and
And
twins.
Yeah.
And I love Coke too.
That's our mission statement.
Yeah, that's
I
ours.
love twins and Coke.
I
What if two beautiful twins came up to you and they were like, "You can fuck us if you do Coke with us."
How beautiful.
Pretty beautiful.
Pretty like
Pretty.
Give me a number.
7.9.
How much Coke? Like just a key?
A bunch of Coke.
Like a bumper,
A
some
bunch of
rails.
Coke. Some rails.
Like my whole coffee table, just like 3 long rails that big.
Maybe.
For a man that's never even been in the same room as cocaine, I think that would be a
I was
lot
hoping
of
you were going to say
cocaine.
twins. For a man that's never even been able to sniff twins, I think I'm going to do all the Coke.
For a man that's never been in a room with 2 twins,
were like, that was-
I'm gonna go ahead and do all this Coke.
They were like, that was all of our Coke. You were supposed to do a third of it.
You're supposed to do a line.
And then they leave, and you're just all geeked up, rubbing your couch or
geeked
whatever.
up with a huge boner because of the twins.
No, I think Coke makes your pee-pee sad.
But I was very worked up about the twins.
I'll have to see the twins.
Like
I said, I've never seen
I'll have to
female
see
twins.
you get worked up.
I did actually see female twins once at a pizza place, but one of them was homosexual, which is fine.
Not that there's anything wrong with
Not
that.
that there's anything wrong
But
with
she's
that.
not gonna fuck me.
Yeah, she's probably not even into...
Oh, a lesbian? That just means she likes what I like.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't give a fuck if they were real sisters.
Oh, stepsister, what are you doing?
Oh no, she got stuck under the bed. I
Oh,
guess I've
no,
got
she
to
got
fuck her out of it.
She got stuck fixing something under the sink. I guess I gotta
no,
fuck her till she gets out.
stuck
from
in the dryer, which is difficult
Oh
to do.
no, she got stuck pulling out a copy of Apocalypse Culture out of my bookshelf, and now I gotta fuck him to death.
Wait, is it me?
Yeah, it's you. I'm gonna
No,
fuck you to death.
I'm not gonna take the book. It's simple as that.
Damn, I was so close.
I would also recommend
Can you
don't
imagine?
take the book.
Can you imagine
Not
you
in
go?
those pants.
Can you imagine you go to get the book and I just start and I just like take you romantically from behind?
Yeah, I feel like unexpected and romantic are synonymous.
I feel like it's unexpected.
Are you
but
pulling my pants down?
romantically?
So that's slow.
Yeah, but in like a sensual way, like if
And
say
I'm just frozen in
like-
shock like a deer.
you're stuck because the book is stuck,
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
and you're like really trying to pull the book out, and I'm just like, ba ba da 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 da. I gave you all the love I got. I gave you all that I could give.
I had a horny moment. That's what you say, and I'm like, what? And then you enter me aggressively.
I know I enter you. I'm singing Sade real sexually as I'm like prepping you, let's say, and foreplaying you. What's the word I'm looking for here? Fellatiating.
So you're sucking my dick.
There's got to be a little bit of suckage involved, I feel.
But how are you showing up? Are you sliding your head up underneath like, hey, what's up? And then you come up and blow me?
Yeah, I think that's the
Or-
only way I can do it. I don't think I can reach my whole body around and just like lick the side of it. That wouldn't be fun for anybody. Speak for myself.
That's a cool, gentle breeze of my cock, exposed to the elements from
Dude,
Slim Stung
Dude,
from the side. I'd like it aesthetically. Obviously, it doesn't feel like anything.
Right, it's one of those things
feeling
like on
my
video you
PP.
think looks really cool, but like doesn't, like those angles you see in porn where like barely any of the dick's going in, but they are just screaming, and you're like, this can't be right.
Yeah, and then you try it out, and it's not.
You try it out, and she's just like, "Is that all you've got?" And you're like, "Yes."
Yeah, you're gonna like
with
the
this-
way you look.
You're gonna love the way.
We're in
I
the back of a
guarantee.
Men's Warehouse.
You're
just
gonna hate
fucking
the way you
boning.
feel after we're done. I guarantee it.
It's the Slim's Warehouse guarantee.
It's the
Fuck
Slim's
you in a
Warehouse.
dirty back warehouse. You filthy whore.
Come,
Nothing personal.
ladies, come over for me to last 2 pumps and then apologize for 25 minutes before you awkwardly decide to leave.
2 pumps. You hate to have to visualize it in your head.
You hate to have
Such
to be
a
the
short amount of time.
You hate to have to be the guy that lives it.
I mean,
I'll finish in
some
2
of that-
pumps, but I'll do it 5 times.
We don't do math on the show, especially this type of horny math. Had a horny moment. What about that gel that you put on your penis to make it?
I'm
less-
scared of that stuff because I'm afraid that like
You'll
I'll
never
just-
have feeling again.
Well, I'm afraid. No, afraid that it opens up a portal in your dick for Satan and all the other demons to come through. No, I'm afraid I'm going to put it on and I'm going to
Come
last too
through.
long.
Yeah, I also think that. What if you just put like half on? You ever have a half on?
The tube?
You put half the tube on your.
What is a recommended serving size for the numbing gel? What's
I feel
what
like
do you
you
think
would
would be
just
more
coat it.
effective, the spray or the gel? Because they make both.
I don't like spraying things on my penis.
I would say
I don't think
spraying.
I've done
Spraying
it, but
makes it feel dirty. Like
it feels like it's gonna burn.
feels like it's gonna be cold.
Could be both.
Burning in cold.
Yeah, like that shower gel you get when it's
It's like
menthol.
icy hot on your dick.
and then you put it in a woman.
That's what makes it numb.
Yeah, it doesn't make it numb. It just makes you think about something else, which is the fact that your dick feels like it's burning, but it's so cold. And I'm always like, the numbing gel doesn't translate over into the woman. Right? Doesn't it feel like it would seep into a vagina, numb the vagina? Now we're all
mean-
just having a lot of numb feelings.
I've never sat there and read.
Phantom limbs.
I've never
I put
s-
my phantom limb
I
in
put
her.
my phantom penis inside a woman, and then it was supposedly flopping
It
around.
is ghost-like.
I allegedly
Don't know
came,
what that
but
means.
you still come with the gel. You just don't feel it. What a nightmare with that! But you still come very fast, but you just don't feel it.
Yeah, and you come inside of her. And
On
no
accident.
one knows.
Accident.
Yeah, it's never an accident.
Never an accident, ladies.
We know what we're doing.
Every guy
It's
knows
okay.
what he's doing. Oh, it just feels so good. I just didn't know what I was doing. Learn to pull a pizza out of the oven, you freaking idiot.
Oh no, the pizza's burning.
You run.
Sorry,
out
I
of it.
came so quick. I was making a pizza. There you go. If you really come quick,
But then
always
you
make
have
a
to
pizza.
provide pizza.
Pizza's like $4. The prostitute, sex worker. Oh fuck, I'm fucked. I'm canceled. The sex
Fuck,
worker
I'm
you
canceled.
bought was $400.
So I paid $400 for a sex worker.
404. That's what I mean. The pizza's nothing because you're already paying $400.
I gave all my
for
money to the
sex.
sex worker.
You can sling a pizza.
Get a $5 hot and ready.
That's more than the jack. See, this
If
is
you
your
were-
problem. Is you're constantly trying to up the ante.
If you were a sex worker, would you
I am
be
loosely.
okay if a guy paid you $400 to fuck you and then got a $5 hot and ready for you guys to share in the car afterwards?
I was so down until you said in the car. Like,
Well, what's he gonna do? Give you half the pizza and then send you on your way?
I can't we? Is it at your house? Or you're saying we got to go pick it up after we
Yeah.
fuck? Well, now I hate all of it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna make sure you're blackballed from the sex worker.
Oh my
industry.
God.
Could you imagine trying to call
A
sex
hooker and you've
workers
been blackballed?
sex workers? And yeah, they're all like, "Oh, unfortunately, we don't take your kind." Ugh,
Ugh.
that sucked to say,
We don't
but
take
it's
men
true.
of your pedigree.
Yeah, that's nice. I'd be like, well, I'm a top dog in my opinion.
I'm
Pedigree's
top
some of
dog,
the
woof,
nicest
woof.
food. And they're like, no, you're disgusting.
I gave you all the love.
Imagine the sex worker being like, the sex was perfectly fine. It's the fact that you thought we would get a pizza to share on
The sex was
way.
perfectly fine. I didn't even care that you dressed me up
you're
and called me a
also-
basset hound. It's the fact that
She
you.
didn't have the ears though. so
Nah, the
it was
ears
hard
is
for
what
you.
makes it. It was like the sad dog in the front of the shoes. Hush puppies. Like the things from Long John Silver's.
Who I'd eat.
Oh, I would eat Long John Silver's right now. So fucking good.
I had it not that long ago.
Get,
The guy
yeah,
and
you have a Long John Silver's near you, don't you?
yeah,
You're
it's
son
also
of-
a KFC.
I know,
There's
I
no
wanna-
more out here.
No.
Really?
There's a KFC all the way out in McChesney, Arkansas.
Yeah, and it has a Long John Silver's.
No, it's just KFC. Remember, it burned down.
On 173.
Yeah, it burned
It
down.
burned down.
It burned
I don't
down.
know anything about that.
Burned down, and they brought it back as just a KFC.
What a bold choice. That seems like...
Turns out it was the Long John Silver part.
There.
It was the ghost of Long John Silver that burned it down. That's why they made it.
I feel like they were just like, the Long John Silver's isn't selling. Burn the building down. We'll rebrand as just a KFC. Which is crazy to me that people are picking KFC over Long John Silver.
Which is nuts, yeah, because
It's
how
fucking
often...
ridiculous.
I would give anything. I might just drive out there to get some Long John Silvers today.
I went to Long John Silver's, asked for some hush puppies. I'm never sure on the quantities that they have.
Provide.
And so I'm like, oh, what do you have? You can get, the guy, no shit, goes 1, 3, 10,
50.
600. He said
600?
that, which I think was a joke, but I'm like, I'll call your bluff and order 600 fucking hush puppies.
How long is it going to take them to cook those up?
It took so long to get the regular food, I can't even imagine.
Was it hot and fresh at least?
Parts of it.
Oh, that's
It's
the
always
worst
that
part.
where you're like, oh yeah, the hush puppies are scalding hot, and my chicken
is ice cold,
wet and sad, because it was
soggy.
just a raw fish.
They
which
just put a
doesn't seem
whole
like
raw
chicken at all.
slimy fish in with my hot hush puppies.
Yeah, and
Maybe you shouldn't have ordered 600 hush puppies. That might have been the problem.
I mean, it feels like you could. It doesn't feel that crazy.
600?
It's probably a big fryer. They're all ready to go.
What are you going to do with 600 hush puppies?
I'm gonna throw them out of my car at other people.
That's fair.
Of course, and their cars are
throw
in
them
the car.
throw them at weird
Hey,
couples
boy!
sitting on park
And
benches.
the hush puppy
Oh
just
no, you
comes
got to
through
say,
your
"Hey
window
kid, not boy."
Oh,
You
yeah,
can't be
kid.
screaming
Sorry,
boy.
yeah.
You were so canceled this episode.
I mean, it's basically the last one.
If there's
So
an
here's a bunch
episode-
of slurs I've been wanting to say.
Holy shit! My head explodes.
Yeah, my head doesn't explode.
Your head
it gets
implodes.
bigger. My head has a pillow come over it and someone knifes me
It's me.
through it.
Knife breaks.
There's something I wanted to
Knife
say
breaks,
here.
and we have to go get a $5 hot and ready pizza to forget about it.
Yeah, I feel like you should. Well, it's crazy that you would be driving the sex worker home, right?
I mean, it's
You
not.
shouldn't know where she lives. You shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
I wouldn't pay for the sex.
If you knew where she lived,
No, that sounds crazy.
that's nuts.
That sounds
what a
bad.
hill to die on.
That sounds really, really bad. Speaking of canceling, no, I just would never pay for the sex because I'm handsome.
Oh, of course. They're just sleeping with you because they want to get the practice in.
Yeah, immediately after you, which still sucks.
Yeah.
Like don't think I'm living the lap of luxury. I'm just fucking people for free.
Oh,
And it sucks.
what a moron.
Because your cum is everywhere.
I charge $600 a pump. That's why they call me Lil Pump.
So you guys charge each other and she owes you $200
Yeah.
if you pumped once. Are you talking about each thrust?
Yeah. I'm talking about pumps, buddy.
I consider
One,
pumps to be the
two,
ejaculation.
Pump and dump. That's what we call it.
Yeah, I consider the pump to be the ejaculation.
Well,
like
fine.
how many ropes you can, like when you're jacking off.
What are we calling it? A thrust then?
Yeah, thrust.
That's
That's the noise I make. I had a big one, far and steady. It's still floating through the ether.
Yeah, be fucking.
I woke up there, I've been like fucking up paper, free band. And I've been almost exclusively working on my future impression. How's it going?
It's going great.
Thank you.
I just want to say that.
I have been not working on my Ray Romano impression.
You say that, but I don't believe you.
It just comes out again.
What is something you wanted to say earlier?
It was just more about the sex work, but I'm over it now.
Oh, okay.
I don't pay whores. Ooh,
Oh.
Daddy's canceled.
Daddy's canceled on episode 176, I think.
Michael McDonald in this bitch.
Ooh, Daddy got canceled because he wouldn't stop using derogatory terms for sex workers. Cause Daddy's not PC. I got an anti-PC Daddy.
What do you think your neighbors think?
They probably. I saw two of my old neighbors walking away, and they probably
And their bags
hate
were
me.
packed in a hobo sack.
Little hobo
stick.
sack, pack full of dreams,
Yep.
bindle full of beans, and a sack full of dreams, going towards where
Rode
the
on
sun,
a train, hopped on.
going towards where the sun sets in the east and rises in the west.
Somewhere warmer for the winter.
Somewhere
and also
nicer.
because my neighbor is Michael McDonald.
Also, because my neighbor cannot stand hearing me do one more goddamn crooner impression while singing about the stupid things my friends are doing.
Yeah. They probably, because I feel like it's hard not to see me walk up to your door with that big case. You know what I mean?
And not wonder what's going on inside.
Yeah, once a weekend for the past
There's
couple
no
weeks.
way that Daddy's not canceled.
They're
I love the
calling
idea of you being alone, just Michael McDonalding throughout
They're
your house.
calling the landlord because of all the loud noises that are starting to scare
Yeah, your
them.
landlord comes over like, we just had a noise complaint. You're like, I think it's been a normal amount of
Noise in
The
here.
decibels are loaded on, if you ask me. It's not like we are hitting the pole in the basement with brass knuckles over it.
Oh my God, that was a day.
Ding, ding, ding. It hurts so bad.
And then your neighbor's over there going, listen, my kid's just trying to sleep, man, all right?
Listen, so are my drunk friends in a couple hours.
I keep hearing a noise. Is it more
Nope.
of a like a bass sound or is it like a ding ding ding? It's for sure a ding ding ding. Oh, I know
Never
exactly
heard of it.
what that is.
Never met her. I gotta go now.
Ding ding
Close
ding,
the-
hardly knew her.
Close the door. That guy was a real big asshole.
That guy's a real
I
bitch.
hope
He's
his kid
coming over
doesn't
here
sleep.
'cause his wife was yelling at him about all the fun I'm having.
You should tell her that she's a bitch.
Tell her she's a bitch. Get your ass over here. Crack open a beer with the boys. Live again. Be free. Break your chains. Get away from the old ball and chain. Come live with the boys in the basement where we got lots of drugs and beer. We've been drinking since 10 and we just ordered a bunch of hot and ready pizzas because we forgot how to do math.
Feel free to pee in the sink.
Feel free to pee in the communal toilet. Every toilet in this house is a unisex bathroom.
That's just nice. We're all inclusive. We love
You can pee in the sink with your dick or your pussy. It don't matter what you got.
It's totally fine. Flop it up over. Hasn't a woman peed in your sink?
No. When would a woman pee in my
I think
sink?
a woman's peed in your sink. I don't know. I feel like I remember a story of someone popping up there. Pussy out.
Wasn't
pouring
any of
sink.
my women.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to talk about an invisible person.
I mean, I'm just saying it wasn't my girl.
I
that
swear
did
to
it.
God, a woman popped up on your sink. I cut a comical hole in the sink, and I just...
Oh, I would remember this.
Oh, I think I would remember.
I
this.
remember when my
Actually.
buddy cut a hole in my sink so he could drink lady pee. Like a real big pervert.
Oh, so that's...
And we
I'm
told
finally
him
a
in-
pervert.
Oh yeah, if you're cutting a hole in my sinks in the event that a woman comes by,
What about I
and pees
take
in
the
sink,
pipe out and
and
lay
you
under the
replace?
pipe?
Oh no, you just duct tape your mouth to the pipe like a human centipede.
Yeah.
Everyone's just
Everything's
pissing
black
and
now.
spitting in beer and just breaking glass in this thing, and it's all just
Like
washing
one day
down.
this is gonna pay off.
One day it's gonna pay off. A lady is gonna put her piss in this sink.
But it's lady pee with cigarette ash and a pepperoni. And
Somehow
a
makes
lot
it
of
better.
that last little bit of beer,
Oh, somehow makes it a lot better.
and I can't close my mouth.
You
and swallow
can't
naturally.
come fast enough.
Yeah, I
Your
can't
dick
stop
explodes.
But I'm laying,
We just hear from the faucet before your head explodes.
and then I come, and it comes up into the sink, down the hatch, and back into my throat, and I die because
no,
if you taste your own
not
cum,
a
you die.
perfectly timed suicide.
I want to go on the record. That's not a suicide. That was
That's a
not a
murder.
choice that I made.
If
Yeah.
you strapped yourself to the sink like that, it's a suicide.
No, I strapped myself to the sink for other things.
But you knew the job was dangerous when you took it.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a suicide.
If you knew there's a risk of you
Natural causes. It was
okay,
natural
that's fair.
causes.
I'll go with natural causes, but I'm gonna secretly tell everyone as I'm smoking cigarettes outside your funeral that it was a suicide.
Yeah, because you're not
It
allowed
was a
in.
suicide. Don't let them
You're
lie
not
to
allowed
you.
in because you made a mockery of the
My
eulogy
buddy
with the Michael
wanted to
McDonald
be
words.
a toilet, and then he decided.
Not a toilet, a urinal.
My buddy
I only take
wanted to
pee-pee.
be a urinal to get some estrogen pee in his mouth.
Ooh. Would you do it?
No. What
Such
the
a
fuck kind of
fucking
question is
square
that?
Sometimes.
Real square. Oh, I
This
won't.
quarantine has really changed you.
Oh yeah,
What
I
happened to the
won't. I
Radical
won't
Cool
strap.
Slim that
I won't
used to-
strap my mouth to a sink, replacing the pipe in the
Okay,
hope that a
don't
lady comes
strap
by
it.
and pees in the sink.
Just leave it there.
Do what? And just wait for a
You don't
lady to
have
come
put
by
your
and pee in the
mouth, have-
sink?
Yeah, it's bound to happen sooner than later.
Eventually. I mean,
mean,
I
at
haven't
some
had a
point.
lady pee in the sink for several years. It sounds like.
I mean, I just know that. It happens. And you can let it just rinse over your face. You don't have to swallow it.
Would you let a lady pee on your face?
I mean, if I have to.
Have to?
I
Why
don't
would
think
you
I
have
would get
to?
anything out of it, and I don't want to. Back to my point of, like, I don't need any more kinks.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't need new things.
I was say I'm worried. That's what I'm worried about. At my age,
Because I'm really into that thing I talked about on the one Patreon. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
not like super into it,
but
but
into it enough.
I think about it a lot. Not even in a sexual way, just more of a curiosity. And I'd love for it to happen. I'd love to do it to a person who knew it was happening.
I just think at my age, if I developed a new kink, it's something I'd have to stick with for the rest of my life, you know?
Well, yeah, of course. I just don't
like
want...
if I hook up with a girl and she pees on me, I feel like I'm just gonna be chasing that dragon forever.
Yeah, and it sucks because I feel like that's a hard one. Like that's not like most girls will like blow you. You know what I mean?
Most
they girls
shouldn't.
will do certain things. But then you get into peeing, like there's going to be a lot of women who
There's
are
a
gonna take
line
a hard
there.
stance
Yeah,
on,
where
like,
I'm not going to do that.
Or like you might get
This isn't me
one-
saying I want it, but like what if it happened? What if the girl's really into peeing and she just
That's what I
pees
mean,
on
yeah.
me? And then
and then you're into it forever.
and then you call her and it just goes straight to voicemail every time.
And I think it's something like you could get someone to do out of curiosity, but I feel like seeing you enjoy things, if a woman peed on you just to humor you and then saw how much you loved it, it would make it worse.
Aw.
I don't know how to explain
You just hate
it.
seeing me enjoy things.
No, I feel like you just like, I don't know.
Would enjoy it
For
too
some
much.
reason, it feels reminiscent of the Whopper challenge. I don't know why,
Okay.
but I feel like you would look similar and it would change the perspective. Like she's probably like, oh, he's quirky. He probably doesn't like it. And then you're just like drinking her pee and like getting really into it. And then she's like, now I feel weird about it. You know what I mean? I feel
okay.
more weird than if I just peed on him and he
I
was
really hate the
whatever.
idea of a sexual thing going on between me and a woman being compared to when I
do
tried
too.
to eat
I do
10
too.
Impossible Whoppers.
I mean, you didn't have to see the footage.
Yeah, I just had to do it
I thought about leaking a screenshot of it the other day.
just because.
Yeah, but then I have to expose myself to it again, and I think it might be too much still. The wound is too fresh. Can we say, oh yeah, what, I wonder if I should do it or say it on here. The whole joke was going to be that I wanted to post a screenshot and be like, this was the cause of coronavirus. It just took 5 months for the shock to actually hit the streets. Because nothing's been the same since then. Can we talk about it?
Can we talk about it?
No, we can't, actually. Sorry. Redacted.
Okay.
Um,
Me eating those ruined our friendship. Can we say it?
yeah, I don't know if it ruined it. I'm just too kind. So I won't.
I mean, like
fully-
the group friendship.
Yeah, it changed. The dynamic has changed. You should have been there after you left.
Wait. No, I had to go home and cry and puke a lot.
Did you puke?
I don't know if I puked, but I definitely felt very sick for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I could. I think I was telling you. And not even I could have told you that. I think that's all I was telling you.
I think I just felt
confident.
I think I just felt very sick, and I had to go home and like
Me and Kurt
lay
had
down.
a long conversation.
About what?
Life, love, and the pursuit of happiness.
About-
We were different men after that.
About
like,
me and how I shouldn't be allowed to come do anything anymore.
I think we couldn't even really talk about you because it was so jarring. Like we just both, like I assume it's like if we killed someone together,
Yeah.
there'd be like a long phase where we don't really talk about it, and you're just trying to ignore it and drinking, and but you're both know that you're only thinking about that atrocity that was just committed. Same thing. You know what I mean?
Good to know.
We just drank a bunch. Other people showed up back when that could happen, and they were like, "How'd it go?" And we were like, "Looked like we had just come back from war." Like, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't see. My Michael McDonald is not good. Am I just bad at voices?
I wouldn't recommend watching your grown friend eat a bunch of sandwiches because your other friend dared him. It's gonna ruin your dynamic and make you feel weird about one of the guys.
Yeah, and I had to see you again shortly after.
Yeah.
They didn't have to. They didn't have to deal with that. And soon I
You're
won't have to
welcome?
either. I'm welcome. I think it's not. You're welcome. Then I imagine if I just ghosted you.
Thank
we
you
all ghosted you.
For not ghosted. I would probably kill myself.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I don't do it.
My friends ghosted me because I ate burgers too much. That sucks.
But it seems like it makes sense too.
Yeah,
Like, I
it
feel like if you
does.
told like your other friends
I'm
and
not saying-
family that they would be like, yeah, we could all see that.
Yeah.
You know, you
That's my intervention
went
is eating too many burgers.
too quickly. I think you're not giving enough shine to the time frame. I think
Yeah,
that was
too
the
many
problem.
too quickly.
Yeah, if you ate 10 burgers over the course of a day, we wouldn't bat an eye.
It really?
Probably not.
So if I brought 10 burgers somewhere,
I think if you bring 10 burgers, it's always crazy. I think if you just casually, every place we're at, eat burgers, we're going to take notice, of course, but you're eccentric and we're a little drunk.
Yeah.
And it'll make sense. Over the course of a day, a 12-hour period, that's less than a burger.
That's probably my favorite way to be described. You're eccentric. We're a little drunk.
Yeah. So it's fine. If you do crazy things and I have enough beers,
It's fine.
we hadn't had enough beers that day.
Yeah, that was the problem. We needed to drink more, but somebody told me I couldn't drink before I did it.
I mean, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, I should
You
have.
shouldn't have done nothing.
I shouldn't have done the thing, but I was
That's
dared.
another classic dad squad time when we took what could have just been a beautiful fun day of drinking and caroling, and we forced one or more of us to do a thing, and it ruined the vibes for months. It's almost like it's all we can do.
It's almost like that's all we know how to do
Why
as friends
can't we
and
just
people.
have a normal time?
I have no idea.
I don't know. We're chasing the dragon of stupidity.
Are we just stupid?
Yeah, I think I said that after whatever the last thing was. Oh, the hot noodle challenge, maybe?
Oh, yeah, we're just stupid.
Yeah, I'm like, we're just stupid, and I'm sick of doing. That's what. Spoiler alert. That's what ended the podcast. Was the hot noodles. Our mouths are still burning.
Yeah.
And our tummies are still upset.
My butthole hasn't been the same since.
Your butthole wasn't anything to brag about to begin with.
Wasn't anything to bring home, unfortunately.
No, but it did. Brought home from the
It
hospital.
Brought home the
Just
bacon.
one little asshole. You're like, oh, it's a baby, and then you pull it back, and it's just your puckering
And it just
adult
bites you.
anus. What kind of teeth does it have?
Sharp.
Are they apparent from the get-go, or does it have to kind of open and pulse?
Open and pulse, and you see like the teeth a little bit, and then like
and then it latches on
like a leech.
and like gets most of your arm. I did see most of an arm and a butt recently. It's possible.
I don't like how often this sentence gets brought up to me with you.
I don't.
I
know
saw
if
my
we're,
whole
like,
arm in a something.
Not my whole.
No, but
Yeah, I saw my whole arm in an asshole recently.
Wow.
In some very interesting paintings I've been working
That's
on. I'm
very
aiming for an art show
crazy.
2021. It's just my arm in different buttholes. People say it's a derivative, and I say maybe of greatness. That's what I do is I get the pull quotes like movies and books get, and then I just add something better onto the end of it. Like it's kind of a bunch of shit. Some of the greatest shit you've ever seen.
It's kind of a bunch of shit.
Can you do that?
If you don't know what shit is.
Did I just find a loophole?
I think you did. There's only one way to find out, and that's to test it.
So we need to make a piece of
Art?
like a movie. It's usually movies, right? Movies
Yeah.
and books. You don't see it for like paintings. So yeah, we make a movie or a book with the simple goal is to get kind of negative reviews. So this should be a piece of cake, and then we add
So like a
positive
painting
spin.
of us half naked.
I think it's got to be a book of us half naked.
A book
Doesn't even
about
make
us.
sense.
A book about us being half naked.
It's just a short novel that just describes our bodies and that we're both naked and leaves the rest up to the reader.
So very negative reviews.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say so very naked, like there's degrees of naked.
So
and if we're
it's
gonna write a whole
so
novel about it,
extremely
we have to
naked.
be as naked as
About
we
as
can get.
naked as the human body can be, some might say.
Yeah, which implies that we'll have to take our skin off, which I think is called flaying.
Ultra naked?
Yeah, I love to get real ultra naked. I love to have a nice dinner with a lady, maybe see a movie if you're allowed to. Take her back to my place, a couple
Get
bottles of
ultra
wine
naked.
while we watch Baker 4, which is underwhelming, and
Okay.
there's no one I can talk to about it. And then move it to the bedroom. I get ultra naked and flay my skin off.
And
before
she
entering
also
her.
gets ultra naked.
Oh, I feel like we're gonna become one, right?
That's how you
If
know
we're
she's
just
the
all
one.
that like fun
You're both ultra. You're both
exoskeleton.
ultra.
That's
No,
not right.
just
Interskeleton.
Enter
Enter Sandman, the hit song by Metallica off of the album that I thought we all called the Black Album, but people called self-titled. And then you're outside of the bar yelling about it.
Yeah, that sounds
It's always
about right.
been the Black Album.
Yeah.
No, it's called Metallica. How is it that? I've never heard that in my life. Oh, let me pull up a Wikipedia to prove a point in a public place. It's still going to be the Black Album to me.
Yeah, that's still just what I
you
call it.
calling it wrong. Oh, okay. And then we become one. One, the hit song by Metallica from the album And Justice for All, which I always called Scary Blindfolded Liberty Lady. Absolute horror. I cannot live. I cannot die. Something else. Why did we do what the podcast has been for 3.5 years?
Yeah,
we
why?
should have just done more songs.
Yeah, we should have just done more.
If we could have figured out
together.
Michael McDonald plus Metallica equals the greatest thing we've ever done.
At least we figured it out on the last episode.
Yeah, I guess better late than never. I don't know if that's right. I regret everything.
I regret everything we've ever
If I
done.
could take it all back, I'd do it.
Oh my God, do we have to go back and do another 3-year podcast to get rid of the bad taste that this one has left in our mouth?
I think so. What do we call it? The There's something here. Metallica. Michael McDonald.
McTallica? Michael McDonald? Michael McTallica?
I think it's that. Yeah.
Michael McTallica. Michael McTallica.
Metallica. Michael McTallica. New podcast coming, not from the Dapper Dads. We're never gonna acknowledge that this ever happened.
Good
We gotta-
exit night into light, grain of sand off to never land.
I think we need to learn more Michael McDonald songs.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah. I don't even know a single one, so that would be a great place
I know
to
one
start.
that we put in one of the vlogs back when that happened.
And then we got a copyright thing for it?
Yeah, and they took it out. It's like America. I barely know the song. It's just a funny song to me. It was the funniest song that I could think of for that montage of Kurd dancing in that weird club we were at,
Yeah.
where everybody was weird.
Yeah. The one after the Brockhampton show?
Was it Brockhampton?
In
it was
Milwaukee?
for sure after the rave, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
The 80s goth dance party.
yeah,
or whatever
which
we
is
went to.
probably the problem, is we're not like 80s goth people.
Yeah, I had fun dancing to 9 Inch Nails, but that was about it.
I got a lap dance to Animal by 9 Inch Nails, and my life hasn't known peace since.
That's a sentence I want on my giant tombstone that's going to be filled with things that say
I think
things.
you have to get the lap dance first.
I got a
That's a long song.
Yeah, it's like 7 minutes long.
I know. And she started before the song
Oh my God.
because she was like,
And she did like the full outro and everything.
yeah, I remember being like, this is.
Sitting there was going.
Yeah, which I thought it would. I
Bow down, down, down.
feel like you should be able to pick your song, one.
Yeah.
Two, I feel like they should be a little bit more upbeat.
I feel like it should exclusively be lit up by Buckcherry.
Well, yeah, because they do offer you Coke almost immediately.
the guy.
And you're also like, I didn't realize that lap dances were this intense, to be completely honest with you. And I feel like I could do anything I wanted. So I read her a short novel I've been working on with my buddy about how naked we can get. And she was smitten.
She
It's the
was
only word.
smitten. We're getting married next week.
Shout out Galaxy, I love you.
We got ultra naked in the
Don't
parking
forget
lot.
a name like Galaxy.
You
let me tell
never
you.
do. We got ultra naked in the parking lot and listened to Michael McTallica doing
we're
a
kind of
cover of
one
Lit
now.
Up by Buckcherry.
We're kind of one, and both of us are in severe pain.
We're both in
The
severe.
slightest wind is
While
excruciating.
Michael McDonald's saying, "I love the cocaine. I love the cocaine."
I can't wait for the cease and desist from old Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
When
You
he's-
guys are doing too good of an impression. People think I do cocaine.
He's like, I told you once with the vlog video. That's how he talks to you. He's
Yeah.
like, hey guys, can I talk to you? And you're like, Michael McDonald, of course. And he's like, listen, let's cut the fucking malarkey.
Let's cut the fucking dick malarkey, all right? And we're like,
Whoa,
whoa, what a
you're
reference.
A big fan, right? He's like, no, I'm not a fan. I have to listen to everyone because you used my music without my permission.
And
I
now, once a
tracked
week, I gotta sit here and listen to this
everything
horse
you've ever
shit.
done. He's like, I'm a Patreon subscriber. I've bought all the T-shirts just to confirm
He's
there's
wearing
no small
all
little
the
Michael
T-shirts.
McDonald's in any of the artwork. And I'm like, wow, what a beautiful idea. Let's sneak more little Michael McDonald's.
If you
into our
don't put a
artwork.
bunch of little Michael McDonald's in the artwork for this, I'm gonna be really sad.
I think I'm going to put a bunch of Michael McDonald's everywhere. And my
In
dry
fact,
day,
instead of-
January is going to be a lot of Michael McDonald related
In fact,
artwork.
I think instead of just having a regular background episode tapestry for this, instead of the black, just do a collage of Michael McDonald faces and then put the other stuff over it so it looks
Just
really crazy.
confusing. Yeah. And that's how he contacts us. You think he's got a hog on him?
Gotta. With a voice like that,
You think he was just slaying it at some point?
he had to have been. Just
like
girls,
80s,
just girls coming up, just mouthing the shit out of it because it's so big.
yeah, doing rails of coke off of
You
his
got to do
big
rails of
fat
coke
hog.
off of the big hog. You got to do a rail to the end, and then you got to suck it, but you can only suck the tip because it's so fucking huge.
He's just recording the song for Toy Story, just getting fucking sucked up.
What song did he do for Toy Story?
Isn't it Toy Story? Isn't there one of those movies has a big Michael McDonald song, right?
I know it's Randy Newman.
Oh, I think I'm thinking of Randy Newman. Fuck.
You got a
You
friend
think so?
in me.
You're saying Randy Newman was blowing Michael McDonald while recording "You've Got a Friend in Me"?
80s were
Or
a wild
wait,
time, my friend.
Michael McDonald was fucking Randy Newman, the inspiration for "You've Got
You've
a
got
Friend,
a friend
in Me."
in me.
It's
You
crazy.
got a friend
It's
in
crazy
me.
how we stumble across
Doo-doo.
irrefutable evidence.
The good guys with
Michael
you
McDonald's
got a friend.
Ooh, what do you think he sounds like when he
in me.
comes?
Oh.
It was better than I ever could have imagined. Well, yeah. What the fuck is a Michael McDonald song then?
I don't know a
It
single
was
one.
my ringtone. There was one that was my ringtone.
I'm gonna do a quick Spotify top 5 just to see if there's anything that I
Fuck it,
recognize.
it's the basically last episode. I had one. I feel like it's called America, something America, and it was literally my ringtone. And I'd be walking through a Target, get a phone call, and people would look at me like they had no idea what was going on.
Number 1, I keep forgetting every time you're around.
Play a sample. Start it and then skip in because everything takes so long. This is sexy as all hell. I know what I'm going to be listening to on the car ride home.
We have all the time in the world. Stop, look, listen to your heart. On Her Majesty's Secret Service and The Wait.
Damn it. What the fuck is my song? Type in Michael McDonald America in the search. I swear to God it has the word America in it.
He's a very intense looking man.
Yeah. He's done some intense looking things in his life.
There is no song with Michael McDonald in America in the title.
This is blasphemous. Let me pull up my archive of Michael McDonald songs.
I've done everything I can.
What the fuck is it? Freedom. Try Freedom.
Freedom. Sweet Freedom
Yeah.
by Done Again.
By Done Again.
Oh, yeah. Wait, here we go. Sweet Freedom.
Oh, I don't know about that. Skip
Wait,
ahead.
what is this? In the style of
What?
Michael McDonald.
All right, cut it. I don't think it's right.
No.
I know, this is it. Because it has like a breakdown, and that's the best part. Not this weird live rendition, but.
Because I think it's a cover of him doing it. I don't think he wrote that song.
Really?
Because it's not on Spotify.
There's like an official music video, I swear.
I mean, maybe he got popular with a cover.
I mean, I'd hate to know that. I want him to be beautiful and original. Yeah, it's the first thing that comes up on YouTube. Sweet Freedom HQ. That means high quality. It's sexy as hell. God, he is intense. He's got to have an astonishing hog on him.
He's gotta.
It's like breathtaking.
Respectable man like that.
Yeah, there's like a breakdown, and that was my ringtone and the part that we used in the video. Crazy. I'm gonna have to take a dive on the old Mike McDonald.
Is that
Let's
what
see
your
what's
January is
happening.
going to become? A Michael McDonald dive hole?
While
No
I'm
smoking, no
dive
drinking.
hole.
No smoking, no
I'm sorry,
drinking, no
I'm in my Michael
podcast.
McDonald dive hole today.
No smoking, no drinking, no podcast. 100% Michael McDonald energy.
Well, I said I was going to be painting him, I think. I think I've already committed to that.
Okay.
I have an art show in February.
All right, I'll make
art
sure
scene.
I'm busy and I can't show up.
You're going to make sure, or you're telling me?
I am busy. I'm telling you I'm busy.
Okay. Just because you're also painting a Michael McDonald art show.
And it's also happening across town. In the
I'm
exact
doing
same night.
portraits chest up. You're doing waist down. We're going to pretend that
Minor.
we don't know this.
Far more popular.
And we're going to have one big room. I'm going to be on this side. You're going to be on that side. And we're going to be very upset at each other.
And we're just going to be back to back the whole time.
And every time someone looks intrigued in one of my paintings, you'll come over and be like, can I interest you in a Michael McDonald
Oh,
piece?"
this headshot really is beautiful, but could I interest you in the rest of the body? And
Yeah,
just leave
you
them
can't
up.
buy that without this. And none of them are going to
You're
match
playing
up.
Sweet Freedom
Real
on
tiny
repeat.
little legs and I have the big, buff, brawny, actual Michael McDonald. You have weird little alien legs. Huge hog, huge respectable.
Big
hog.
hog in every single one.
Big boots, too.
Three
never wore
panel
shoes.
painting like that, hog in the middle. Nothing but hog.
Just nothing but
That
hog, baby.
that flipped on its side, 1, 2, 3. Michael McDonald, nothing but hog in the middle. Baby little legs, big buff top body.
Slim is motioning to a McDonald's that he lives next to.
Yeah.
That has a tree on top of it, a Christmas tree. And you're like, I wonder if that's an individual
And you're
location
wondering, like, how do they get
choice.
the tree up there every year?
Yeah, and who does it? Because it
Who
feels
takes
like
it
none
down?
of the employees give a shit. Because no one ever works at that one when I'm leaving your house after a couple.
Yeah, because they close at 10 p.m. I found out.
Why?
Because it's a privately owned McDonald's.
Do you want
it's
to
like
run
not
over
a
there and cause a
franchise.
fuss?
Yeah, I would love to because every time I go there, the food's fucking terrible.
I don't think I was doing the driving, but who knows?
Who knows?
But I had a couple of beverages at your house for an undisclosed amount of time, and I was covered in women's piss. And I circled that drive-through 3 times. I'm like yelling at the window because the lights are on.
Yeah,
All
they leave the lights on all night.
And I'm like, because you do it when you pull up to the thing, you wait because you're like, they're gonna
Yeah.
start this conversation, and then you're waiting for like a couple minutes, and you're like, hello, and they're like, maybe that's just busy, or like maybe I went to the bathroom. And you're like, hello. They're like, well, how long am I gonna do this? This is crazy. Hello.
It is really.
And then you drive up to the window, and you're like, is anybody in there? And then I went back because I thought I saw someone. And I'm just back at the window again, or I'm back at the menu again. Like,
They're just trying
hello?
to leave. They're just trying to leave for the evening, but they don't want to
There's
run
just
into
one-
you being
one
angry
guy
and drunk
circling.
outside.
I wasn't angry. I was confused. And I feel like
They don't know that.
the board kept making like a noise. So I'm like, did you say something? And I'm like mouth to mouth with the
It's
microphone.
because you're
mouth to
driving
mouth
over
with
the
mic.
sensor and it's triggering it, so it's just making the thing like
Don't make up
click.
excuses for them. They're in there and they refuse to
They're
make
in there
my
and they
food.
refuse to give me service.
And it's just unbelievable that someone would do that to me after I feel like I was in the passenger seat because I feel like specifically making someone be like, circle around again.
You drive around again. It was me. You just
Yeah,
don't
I'm like,
remember.
hey, can you run me up to the McDonald's real quick and then drive me home real quick?
And then drive yourself back home. real quick.
Well, yeah, you can't stay at my house, but you don't have to drive home.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Is that closing time?
I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home.
Closing
time.
time.
So drink up your whiskey or beer.
We know songs.
Closing time.
Who's that by? I always want to say Eve 6, but it's wrong.
It's not Eve 6, but I think it's because it got mislabeled as Eve 6 on LimeWire so much when we were younger.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Because Eve 6 was Inside Out, and no other
It wasn't
song
Stroke
ever.
9, was it?
No, it's like we're gonna get to the bottom of this, even if it takes all goddamn day. Because I just listened to this like a month
They're like a
ago.
one-hit wonder. It was the only song
For
they ever
sure.
had.
Oh, what is it? Semisonic? I think it's Semisonic.
Ooh, no.
I feel like it's Semisonic.
You might be right.
Yeah, I feel like I'm right.
You might be right. Do you want me to look it up to see?
I'm gonna lock in Semisonic. That's my
Okay.
final answer. Yes. And if I'm wrong, I'll kill myself. No pressure.
Semisonic.
Live to see another day.
Released in 1998.
Sounds about right.
Nominated for the Billboard Music Award for Modern Rock Track of the Year.
Wow. I'd love to see what the other options were. Because that had to have been a hell of a year.
Had to be a hell of a list with that being the winner.
I don't know why every bar doesn't play that song. Because you know how like you're at, or you might remember, you might recall back in the day.
You might remember when we could go to bars.
Bars will be like last call. It's wildly early sometimes. And then they're just like, they go last call, and then they just start yelling at you. Like, why aren't you done with your drink? It's like, I just found out moments ago that this was
last
done.
call.
And last call means last call to get a drink.
Yeah,
We're not even done. That means I'm going to get another one right now because there's no way I'm not one for the road. And then they just start screaming at you, and sometimes they try to grab your drinks. If you simply played the hit song Closing Time
I would
by the
know that
very
it's time to
memorable
leave.
band Semisonic, we would all have a good sing-along, and it's topical. So I'd be like singing like, finish up your whiskey or beer. We'd be like, I know who I want to take me home. I'm pointing at some whore across from the bar, throwing any of my shots out there. She's got huge beach ball boobs, and I think she might be one of my close friends
Watch
dressed
it.
up as a woman. But I've been drinking. Who am I to say?
I've been drinking. He's a little
And you don't want to
eccentric.
be wrong. You don't want to be like, hey, are you one of my best friends dressed up as a woman?
Because then she slaps you and
almost
she's like,
every
they would have been the
woman
best
hates to
sex
hear
you ever
that.
had.
Yeah, if it was my friend dressed up and then he transforms back into a man like a real Cinderella pumpkin carriage scenario and I'm stuck in his gooch. Who
Because
pulls?
you.
Can I pull it out?
Can I?
You should be able to squeeze it out like cum.
Just squirt it out.
Not squirt, squeeze.
Ooh,
Squoze.
just
I should
squelch.
I'd like to be squozed out, never squelch.
Always never squelch. Always squoze the man out.
Please. I mean, I'm in your gooch. Like,
Please squoze the man
my
out of
King
my
Arthur
gooch, please.
sword is in your rock gooch, and I need the perfect person to pull me out.
This is
we need to involve more people.
That's sad.
Because we're both just screaming because we don't really know what happened.
I don't know
One
what
moment
happened.
I'm in my friend who's suddenly a woman with beach ball breasts.
The next
It's a
moment
big
I'm
thing.
literally in my friend. It sounds like you were in your friend the whole time. No.
But it was different.
It's not
Beach
like that.
ball
Beach ball
boobs.
boobs.
What he considered a nonstop bouncing butt, which became difficult to deal with.
It's very
His
floppy
butt
and
was
jiggly.
her butt was always bouncing.
Her butt was always
It was
bouncing
hard
into
to
my
make the
mons.
love into my mouth. Her butt was always
Bouncing into my mouth, and it made it difficult to enjoy.
I'd rather be having sex with your female vagina and then you turn back into a man than eating your female ass. And you
Turn back into a man. Oh
I
my
would kill
god!
myself right there.
I would be so happy.
Bullet through my head into your
it's-
anus. Oh, I would hate to have to eat your ass out.
Just sitting there. Just
Oh, it
rubbing
makes me very upset.
Oh yeah. Your face right now.
Yeah, and it's funny because if I was stuck in your gooch, I feel like I wouldn't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah, that's perfectly
Be
fine.
fine.
We're just the same person for
Except
a
I
long
guess
time.
your balls and dick would be resting my
Resting on
tummy.
your tummy or thought. Am I on top of you when this happens?
You know, I really hadn't thought it through, but I do know what I mean.
Because when you
I'm
say
right.
that, that's implying that you're in me either missionary or...
Yeah, we were having missionary sex.
Oh, we can't be having something fun and exciting like doggy style, so now our
sorry, I want to
balls...
look you in your eyes and kiss you in the mouth a lot.
Sorry, I am
Because
now...
we would probably, I hate to say it, but line up really well.
Yeah.
Missionary-wise.
Oh my god, from behind, I'm just like, you're just giving me back shots, and then I am just like I'm going to fucking town, just slam, 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 slam.
You're pushing it back.
And then I turn back into a
You're a real
man.
filthy
Then I
bitch.
turn back into a man, and our balls just slap together
And it hurts probably.
a lot.
And then you're into it.
Of course, I'm into it because
You're
the
like,
balls
yeah,
are
we
sla-
shouldn't have gay sex anymore, but if you're ever interested in cock and ball torture,
If you're ever
recently
interested in
found a
getting your
warm
balls
spot.
fondled and play with, let me know.
I'm into having my balls fondled and play with, just not slapped.
If
like
you're ever
that
having your,
doctor's
if you're ever
balls.
into
What are
having your
those
balls
called?
fondled and slapped by my balls on your balls, please let me
Little
know.
B&B action.
Little big
Not
ol'-
talking about a break-in and
We're not
entering.
talking about a bed and breakfast. We're talking about a. We're not talking about a bit. We're
I
not
wouldn't
talking about a
mind a meal.
break-in and entry at a bed and breakfast. We're talking about a big old boy ball, big back shot, back slap.
Whoa! I wish that was a couple minutes later. We could have left on it, but instead we have to live in this now.
Oh, no.
We have to figure out what all that entails.
There's a big.
There's a lot.
I don't even know what
We're
I said.
breaking
It
and
just-
entering into
to
a bed and breakfast, and then there's a boy ball back shot.
A big booty boy ball back shot.
I don't like that boy was in there. I understand the necessity for
Yeah.
it, but I don't like that it happened.
Yeah.
That boy back shot ball.
Boy ball back shot or a boy back shot ball? Boy.
Boy ball back
Back
shot
shot.
is worse.
A boy ball back shot is worse than a back shot boy ball.
Yeah. That one seems like a fun
A
game.
back shot boy ball sounds like something that that sounds like
Sounds like I fucked up
that
a
sounds like a move
basketball
you
throw.
make in beer pong.
Yeah.
The boy shot back ball is where you take it and bounce it off your
The
buddies.
boy shot back ball. It keeps evolving.
The body boy, the body boy back ball boy
Come on.
shot ball.
You got time to fill. Let's
Body
see.
boy back shot, big boy bounce ball.
Big boy burgers.
Big
or
boy
just,
burger.
big
boy
that
fit.
toddler. That's coronavirus.
The big boy burger?
No, remember that big baby that you hated and I loved?
Oh yeah, I hate
That was
Big
right
Baby.
before.
Yeah,
right?
I hated Big Baby. Big
You
Baby
think
was
that's
terrifying.
What caused it?
I hope Big Baby's. I don't know what happened to Big Baby, but I hope he's doing okay.
You were about to say you wished he was dead.
Yeah, because I realized it looks really bad.
To be like, I wish
Tactfully to
this
wish death
baby
on a
was
baby
dead.
on the show.
No matter how big it is, I think there can be a baby big enough.
Well, the
to wish
baby hasn't
death
gotten
upon
any
it.
smaller, I don't think.
I think there could be a
You wanna
baby
talk about
so
a
big
big-
that
you want-
you're allowed to wish death
A
upon
big
it.
a big baby boy back to the head punch from that kid will knock your fucking skull off.
But do we think that that's what caused the world to be in such disarray?
Can we
Was
prove that
big
it wasn't?
baby? I know we can't prove that it wasn't.
It was either that
the
big
time frame line up?
It was either that big baby or the chicken sandwich wars.
No, the chicken sandwich wars was the closest we've had to peace.
I thought Pokemon Go in 2016 was the closest we ever had to peace.
No, that's the closest we've ever had to mass congregations of fucking dorks.
Oh, well, that's fine. You and I were out there.
Yeah, I did it when it was cool, and then when I stopped, it stopped being cool.
Mm.
It's like a lot of things in my life. It's crazy. I'm like a trendsetter, and I'm pretty much an influencer, a fitness influencer. On
You
the
should walk
internet.
around with your zipper undone and see how long it takes before people catch on. Start doing it themselves. as a
Oh, I thought
trend.
you were implying that my cock would flop out eventually.
I would hope it eventually would.
It depends how bouncy I am.
Just how big and buoyant and buoy like your dick is that day.
You ever forget that you've like unbuttoned your boxer, or well, you don't wear boxers.
Boxer briefs.
Well, sometimes my boxer button becomes undone for a myriad
A
of
multitude of
different
reasons.
And sometimes I forget and I wake up and then I'm just walking around my house and my cock flops out
Ah.
in the morning
Ah.
while I'm drinking my coffee.
Not
and I
in the
spill a little bit of
evening, at
coffee
least.
on it.
That's a morning activity, having the cock out.
No, I think it's an evening. If my cock flops out after a hard day of work, I feel warranted and I feel heard.
Hmm.
I feel understood. If it flops out in the morning, I feel bad and ashamed and sad. I hit my tooth again. I can't wait to fucking be done with this podcast. Can you rattle off some B's? It's fitting now. Can we run it back? Pretend it never happened. Raise your ears. Everybody listening.
A big buoy bob boy body buck boy buck cherry back shot.
I'm glad we did that.
Yeah.